Hare Krishna. Okay, then maybe we can start our class if nobody have any question. So Hare Krishna, I welcome you to this course of Gita Gyan, Essence of Bhagavad Gita by ISKCON Seshadripuram, Bangalore. And we'll start with the prayers. So let us start with the prayers such that we are able to invoke the mercy of Lord Krishna so that we are able to understand the message of Bhagavad Gita. So I'll maybe repeat one line, means I'll start with one line and devotees, you can unmute yourself and repeat it after me. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnana Jana Shalakaya
Om
Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-jana-shalakaya
Chakshurum Militam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namah
Chakshuranmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine
Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine
Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda
Srivasadi Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
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 Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिने नामिने नमाचार्य पदाय निताय कृपा पदायिनी गौरकतधामते नगराय ग्रामतारिणी मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंते गिरिं यत् कृपातहम् अहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम्. Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome everybody for today's class. So let us proceed. So this program is dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So yesterday we saw in how Bhagavad Gita chapter 9.22, Krishna protects their devotees. We saw Yoga Sheham Vahayam. So we were discussing yesterday about Srila Prabhupada, like how he was completely under the protection of the Lord, and he used to say to his devotees also, whatever is happening is due to the mercy of Krishna. Is there with 40 rupees? He went out from the India, and when he came back, he created 108 temple. So tomorrow also, day after tomorrow, that the 11th of December, there is a special class, how to dream big. So there is a story about Srila Prabhupada also. We will see how Srila Prabhupada showed us the path to how to dream big also. So there is one person was there in Japan. So he was in when he met with Srila Prabhupada, he asked, uh, Srila Prabhupada, you are telling everyone to chant Hare Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita, and once you die, then you will be going back home, back to Godhead. So this person asks, after death, if we come to know that if there is no God, what you will do, Srila Prabhupada? So this man asked this question. Then Srila Prabhupada, first of all, asked him some question was there, and other dignitaries were also there present. So he asked him, who is God? So Srila Prabhupada was explaining, God is not a personality. Is in other religion, if you see, but you are not aware who is Srila Prabhupada explained, you are not aware that who is God actually. And Srila Prabhupada said, I am aware that I'm saying that Krishna is God because that's mentioned in the scriptures, and there are more thousands of years old scriptures are there in all the scriptures saying Krishna is the God. And then Srila Prabhupada asked not only to him, other whoever the person was there, can you tell me who is God? So nobody said anything actually. So we saw, and then Srila Prabhupada turned back to this gentleman and said, okay, gentleman, now you tell me what happens if after death you will come to know, oh, there is Krishna is there, then what you will do? So this we saw how he was very much convinced, and then this person he took to Krishna consciousness, and that's what Srila Prabhupada was known as a lion. Whatever he used to tell, he used to quote it from Shastra, and he always used to tell truth only. So that's why he went to West and to preach this message, and we see just by his purity, just by in contact of his people used to come, they used to take to Krishna consciousness so easily. That's what Srila Prabhupada is there. We'll take his blessing and we'll proceed. And we were also inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, who is the GBC and spiritual master. So we'll take his blessing and start the class. Okay, Bindu Lekha Mataji, you want to read it? Or Spurti Mataji, you want to read it? Gita Mahatmya. Dhamati Mataji, want to read it?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
Gita Mahatmaya. Nashnoti napathati gitam amrita rupinim hasta tyaktvartamam pramtam sanaro visham ashnute. Vaishnavya Tantra Sara 71. One who neither recites nor hears the Gita, which is the embodiment of ambrosia, drops nectar from his hand in order to drink poison.
Yes, thank you, Dhamati Mataji, for reading. So here, it's saying ambrosia means a drink which will give you many many years. So in the heavens they usually have this drink and they're able to live for they used to able to extend their years. So it's saying, and this embodiment means avatar. So he's saying one who doesn't, who neither recite nor hears Bhagavad Gita, which is like a nectar drops of ambrosia, and then from whom is coming nectar drops? From the coming from the lotus mouth of Sri Krishna. And he's saying if he's not hearing, neither is reciting, so he's saying he is drinking only poison. So if you don't drink this nectar, Bhagavad Gita nectar, then he is saying we are only taking poison. So there is a wonderful bhajan of Narottama Das Thakur is also say. So in this Narottama Das Thakur say Manushya Jalam, say Radha Krishna Nam na bhajiye. So he was saying, explaining this song, if it's a very beautiful bhajan, and say we have got this human birth, and if you are not taking the name of the Lord Radha Krishna now, if you are not taking, then we are simply taking poison, because so many lifetimes again we have wasted like this. So when somebody reads Bhagavad Gita, it's a nectar of who is being spoken by the personality of Godhead. If somebody is not reading nor hearing, so it's like just drinking the poison. And why it is known as a poison? Because we see slowly we are going ahead towards the death. Sooner or later the death will come and we are not able to get this opportunity of reading Bhagavad Gita, because this is the knowledge is there. This is the essence of all Bhagavad like Vedas, and through that only we are able to transcend this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. We'll proceed. So today's chapter name is the opulences of the absolute. So yesterday we saw the most important chapter 9 was there, which is known as the most confidential knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is again continuing. He's saying, why we have discussed. Okay, can somebody say what are the 6 opulences of Bhagwan? Somebody remembers?
Prabhuji, can I try?
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
Prabhuji, beauty,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge,
Beauty,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Fame,
wealth,
all
wealth, Prabhuji,
Mm-hmm.
renunciation,
Yes.
wealth,
and
all fame,
Yes.
Prabhuji, power,
Wealth, strength,
Strength.
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 Yes. Yeah. So all of you wonderful devotees remember all the 6 opulences of Bhagwan. And what does the Bhagwan means?
The one who possesses
One who,
opulences. Bhag means opulence. Man means who possesses.
the one who
Yeah.
possesses all the 6 opulences.
Yes, Dhamati Mataji and Komal Mataji. Yeah, correct. So we saw, so today is also this 9th and 10th chapter is in the middle of this Bhagavad Gita. So we have seen this Bhakti Yoga, Krishna has spoken in the middle of Bhagavad Gita. This is chapter 9 and 10th also, it's in the middle of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is telling, so in this chapter we'll be saying, Krishna will be telling about himself. So yesterday we saw Krishna was telling, okay, think of me. So we saw the 9.34 shloka was chapter 9.34 shloka was then Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto. So he's saying 4 things Krishna instructed. If you engage your mind always thinking of me, and the second he told, become my devotee and you pay obeisances to me. Fourth he told, worship me. And then if you do these 4 activities, you'll be always be absorbed in me. And then at the end of your lifetime, you'll be coming to me. So Krishna said, always think of me. How to think of me? He will be telling in this chapter. He will be telling about his qualities, which will be saying there. Okay, we'll proceed. 10.01. Ganga Mataji, you want to read it, please? Okay, Yashika Mataji have raised hand. Yashika Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Bhuya Eva Mahabhau Shrinu Me Parmamam Vachaha Yat Te Ham Priya Manya Vakshayami Hita Kamaya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjun, because you are my dear friend. For your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji, for reading. Hare Krishna. So here we see this confidential knowledge is not revealed to anyone. Yesterday we also saw. Can somebody tell us why Lord Krishna choose Arjuna to tell this confidential knowledge? What
He
were
was
the?
non-envious.
Yes, he was non-envious, and one more other reason.
He is a friend and a devotee.
Prabhuji,
One more reason.
He is
he
a
was
friend and
surrendered completely to Krishna.
Yes, so faith is also an important role. So Krishna is saying, because listen again, Krishna is saying to his, and we should understand, he is saying Sri Bhagwan Vacha. Wherever the Lord is saying, it's known as Sri Bhagavan Vacha. So Bhagwan means who contains all six opulences which we have seen. So he's saying, because you are my dear friend. Krishna is saying, yesterday we saw he told, because you're non-envious and you're having faith on me, and he's saying, because you're my dear friend, for your benefit I shall speak to you further, giving the knowledge that is better than what I've already explained. So yesterday Krishna explained the most confidential knowledge. So Krishna is saying, this knowledge is better than what I have already explained. So this is the qualification. What is the qualification? Not being envious. Krishna, and one more reason is that he is given not to everyone, but he should be friendly towards this Krishna. When we understand, yes, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, when we have that faith, then slowly we'll understand Krishna. So we discuss Bhagwan, which have six opulences, one who possesses all opulences in full. So he is Bhagwan, that is Lord Krishna. So we'll proceed further. So the next four shloka, which is 10.8, 10.9, 10.10, and 10.11, this is known as Chatushloki of Bhagavad Gita. So in this verse, this four verse, if you recite, says Krishna is summarizing about himself. So in case if you don't have time to read entire Bhagavad Gita, so only if you read this Bhagavad Gita 10.8, 10.9, 10.11, so it's a saying you have learned this slokas, it's equivalent to learning the entire Gita. So it's very important. Let's see what Krishna is saying in this four Chatushlaka. I see Neha Mataji have raised your hand. Please go ahead, Mataji.
Okay. चतुश्लोकी गीता 10.8 अहम सर्वसो प्रभो मतः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भावा समन्वितः. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Neha Mataji, for reading. So here, this is the first Chatushloka, which Krishna is telling about himself, and then saying, I am the source of all spiritual and material world. So it's mentioned in Sri Bhagavatam, this material world where we are living is only 1/4 of and the 3/4 is the spiritual world. Everything is, Krishna is saying, is emanated from me. And they're saying the person who is wise perfectly know this, and then he engages in my devotional service. And what he do? Not only he engages in the devotional service, he worship me also from his heart. How? With faith, with shraddha, with love and devotion. So there is a picture there. Yesterday also we have seen, I talk about this. So here, if you see this supreme personality, so from Krishna everything is emanating. So he's saying this, if I talk in this 10.1 shloka, 10.8 shloka in one line, so Krishna is saying Krishna is the source of everything. So this supreme personality of Godhead is the origin of everything. Everything is emanated from him. So from Krishna, actually, if you see, this is saying he means he takes avatara, he gets from his energy he takes, and he's saying when one understands this fact, he becomes Buddha or intelligence. And when he's actually intelligence, he's saying Buddha Bhava Sanvitaha. So that's mean this comes an ecstasy. So come to this spiritual platform, we need to read more about Krishna. So in saying, Krishna is saying, I am the source of all the spiritual and material worlds. And we see how this is material world, how this material world is also will be talking about now. So he's saying from Krishna, actually, this Mahavishnu comes. And Mahavishnu, if you see, Mahavishnu is lying down in this Karana auction. There is other picture also, which maybe I'll be showing in different chapters. So this Karana ocean or this casual ocean, he's known as Karano Dakshaya Vishnu. And from his pose, yesterday we discussed, innumerable Brahmanda come. You can see innumerable Brahmanda is there, and from his skin pores, there are dot of tiny pores are there from which our hairs go. So from his skin pores, as we when we do like perspiration comes out, we say pasina in Hindi. We say so when it comes to like that, from his perspiration, this ocean is formed, and in that ocean, so many unlimited Brahmanda is there, and he's saying from this brahmanda it looks like an each bubble like a soap bubble will be there. It's like this each bubble is one universe in which we are actually living. So inside this universe, so he's saying again the energy of Krishna again enters into this, as we know as a Garbhodakshay Vishnu. So yesterday we saw the picture of Garbhodakshay. If you can see, Garbhodakshay Vishnu is lying there, and Ananta Sesh is there. Srimati Lakshmi Devi is massaging her lotus feet. And what we can see is from his navel, Lord Brahma is coming, and Lord Brahma creates this one, and then he creates this 14 material planet. Yesterday we have saw this. So it says, say anyone who knows this, anyone who knows this engages in knowledge, so they engage in my devotional service and worship me. They don't actually sit down silently and then do no. In the next sloka we'll be saying Krishna is saying how the devotees actually meditate on me and how we do. So when we love Krishna, actually it's saying we love the whole universe. So if you love your father, you love your brother also, we say no. So if you love your country, you love your countrymen also. Similarly, if you love Krishna, you love the entire universe, because we see in the entire universe is the manifestation from Krishna only it's coming, and we see from all those 84 lakh species, Krishna is there present as a Paramatma. So if you become Krishna consciousness, that's the real universal consciousness. It will be there, and that's the everywhere it will be there. Peace will be there. So Krishna is the father of every living entity. So people are accepting Bhagavad Gita as not their Hindu or their Christian or is there, but they're actually it's the this is the universal fact which Krishna says there are so many forms of living entities are there, 84 like species of there, different kind of peoples are there, different kinds of bodies they are there, and all are my sense. So next, let's see what Krishna is saying in the next Chatushloki sloka. Yeah, Komal Mataji, you have raised your hand. Please, Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
मद्गता प्राणा बोधायन्तः परस्परं कथायन्ताश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji, for reading it out. So this is the next second Sulaki. So in one line, if I saw, so Krishna is saying, what are the symptoms of my pure devotees who engage in devotional service? So if you see here, how everyone is so happy. Srila Prabhupada, when he used to give a lecture, when he used to talk about Krishna, we say everyone it was so much of in peaceful, everyone is laughing, and every is been contentment with the so much of happiness within the heart. So Krishna is saying here, so my the pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada, so those pure devotees, their thoughts of this is always dwelling on me, and they're saying their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive, so when they do the service they derive a great satisfaction, and when this satisfaction is the satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening, and what they do they always converse about me. So here is the four things which Krishna is saying. Thoughts of my pure devotees always dwell in and around about me, so their lives are devoted to me, and this and Krishna is saying the very important thing, how they derive great satisfaction. So Krishna is talking about satisfaction means here if you see it's saying tushyanti sha ramanti, means tushyanti means satisfaction, and bliss means ramanti means happiness. That's the reason Krishna is giving you here the bliss formula, why Krishna consciousness devotees are always satisfied. They don't hanker for much, or whether it's wealth or whether it's house or whether it's full, whatever they are getting, they can say even this also whatever we are getting, I don't deserve it, but Krishna as a loving father, as he by his reciprocation he's giving me more than what I deserve also. So here's the peace formula is then tushyanti ramanti, so he's always santushta, satisfied within himself, and he's always blissful, he's always ananda, he's always happy. And what he's then, how he's happy? By always enlightening. So he saw how Srila Prabhupada is enlightening, is giving a class about Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and is telling about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is telling about Bhagavad Gita, how Krishna used to come and do all the activities on this earthly planet, and how saying with how they are enlightening other devotees with one another and conversing about me, how 24 into 7 into 365 there are discussing only about Krishna and teaching other people to come closer to Krishna. So we're saying, so whoever the devotees who have come here, everyone have came here, and you are also listening this Bhagavad Gita also, so you are also elevated souls, and we are discussing about Krishna Katha here. So example, Srila Prabhupada, you have seen he is doing Katha here. So Srila Prabhupada went with 40 rupees, and we see rest is history, only 108 temples more than he have built. So Krishna here is says, so one who knows his opulences, he becomes his pure devotee. So he's telling about the symptoms of a pure devotees, how they worship me, Tushyanti, and that's Ramanti. So we'll go to the third sloka of Chatushloki. Okay, Usha
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
I will read.
Yes, Usha Mataji, you have raised your hand. Please go ahead. Mataji, there are other shlokas are also there. We'll come by one, Mataji. Uday Mataji, you can read it next shloka, Mataji. Usha Mataji, you have raised your hand. Please kindly go ahead. Is it possible to unmute yourself?
तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजन्तां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येने मम उपयन्ति ते. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give understanding by which they come to me. They can come to me.
Thank you, Mataji, for reading. So here, the third Chati Shloka, Krishna is saying in one line, if I say, so Krishna is saying how Krishna, Lord Krishna reciprocates with his pure devotees. So Krishna is saying here, reciprocation of Krishna is saying, so Krishna gives more understanding about himself. So he's saying, those people who are always, constantly, nirantar, always devoted in serving me with love. So he's saying, I give the understanding by which they come to me. They can come to me. So Krishna is saying, Krishna is giving, if you do a devotional service, he will give you a path that you can be able to come. So he's saying, there is a proverb in English, they say, Lord help them who help themselves. So we saw the example of Dhruva Maharaj. So how Dhruva Maharaj, he was standing on one leg and then he was doing a heavy tapasya, and how Dhruva Maharaj was expiring for planet. But when Krishna came, and then he said, I don't want any. So one step if you take towards the Lord will be taking 10 steps towards you. So Krishna gives intelligence towards to his devotees such that they are able to understand here. So now that they are constantly engaged in thinking about me, so that's mean preeti purvakam, with out of love, not like Kamsa Maharaj. So Kamsa was also thinking, he was also 100% Krishna consciousness. How he was also thinking how I can kill Krishna, how I can injure Krishna. So he was always 24 into 7. He was also thinking. So he's saying what to tell about others who are worshipping with his love and care. So Krishna, what Krishna does is give his understanding by which he can come to him. Anyone killed by Krishna also gets celebration, and anyone who died in the battlefield also went back. So here Krishna gives Buddhi Yogam Tam. When Dhruva stopped breathing, everyone was getting suffocation. They asked for protection from Lord Krishna, and depending on the purity, it depends. Devotees listen. Depending on your purity, Krishna will give you enlightenment. How much you surrender, Krishna will give you that much of enlightenment. If you devote yourself 1%, Krishna will also do 1% also. So someone who is constantly trying to serve me, Krishna is saying, I will give you buddhi yoga, the understanding to come me. So it's a saying, a small endeavor on your side also, Krishna, because Krishna is present in everyone hearts as a Paramatma. He gives the understanding through which devotee from within, or from devotee or from within, he is able to understand this thing. So we'll move to next Chatushloki. Usha, I guess Uday Mataji wanted to read it. Mataji, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Tesham evano papurtam aham ajana jam tamaha yam atma bhava tato janana
Jnana Dipena Bhasvata.
jnana divena vasudha. To show them special mercy, I dwelling in their eyes, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance.
Yes, thank you, Mataji, for reading. Hema Mataji, you can read the next slide. Next slide is a big one. You can read it out. Yeah. So Krishna is saying in the last Chatushloka of Bhagavad Gita, so he's saying not only Buddhi Yoga, if there is some darkness, he will dispel it. Lord, destroy all the impedance and dispel any ignorance in the heart of a devotee with the shining lamp of knowledge. So if you see, Krishna here mercifully destroy all the ignorance which is present inside the devotee. So he's saying to show them a special mercy, daya. Mercy means daya. He's saying, Krishna is saying, I am dwelling in their hearts as a Paramatma, is avas. So Krishna, we should understand our hearts should be always be clean. And how we can clean our heart is by chanting of the holy names. When our heart is full of contamination, full of dirts are there, Krishna won't be coming and sitting here. So it's a saying, Krishna is his sitting place is there inside the heart is there. And he said what he does, he destroys, he destroy nust. With how he does, how he destroy these impurities with the shining lamp of knowledge. So knowledge is very important, which knowledge Krishna is giving in this Bhagavad Gita. And he's saying what he does with this lamp of knowledge, the darkness, this andhakar, darkness which is born out of ignorance, ajnanita. So Krishna is saying he destroyed this ignorance in the heart of the devotee. So he's saying that's how he gives the special mercy. So tama means ignorance. We'll be seeing in the 14th chapter of more about the qualities of tama or the ignorance. So he says he's giving by knowledge, because we see when we have that knowledge we'll be acting in a correct way. So this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. He is saying he's the source of everything. They are the second sloka we saw, he's engaged in the devotional service, and then say for them I give them the knowledge to go to come back to me, because he is present in the heart to show them. That's what is Krishna is saying. And now he's saying, we saw this entire Bhagavad Gita is been in 4 verses. Krishna is saying the summary is there. Krishna is Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. So he's the master of the whole universe. So due to the contamination of the material association, because of many millions of birth, our hearts is always covered with the dust of materialism. But once we start doing devotional service, and when we constantly chant Hare Krishna, this dust quickly clears. As how it goes, when we daily, we take a broom and we clean our room. We take brush, we clean our teeth, we clean ourselves. So like that also, whatever dust are which are there in our hearts, by chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, this dust will be going away. And when the dust goes away, we'll be there in the platform of pure knowledge, and then we'll be able to know what is the goal of our life, and then we can be able to attain in this life only Krishna. We'll see next shloka what Krishna is Arjuna is saying. Hima Mataji wanted to read. Please go ahead, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, 10.12 and 13. Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ashrutam Rasya Sarve Devarshir Naradastata Harshita Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Dravishyame. Arjuna said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great Sikhs, such as Narada, Asista, Devala, and Vyasa, confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Hema Mataji. Thank you for reading. So here Arjuna started glorifying Krishna now. So now he was listening the opulences of Krishna, and then he said, glorifying the Lord. And we should understand What Arjuna tells here is that he is accepting Krishna as the supreme personality of God. He says, no, Krishna, you are the supreme personality of the. He's saying you are the Pusna, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavam. He's saying, Krishna is saying, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. You are the Param Bhagwan. We saw Krishna is saying you are the six opulences. Only Krishna is called supreme personality of God. And he's saying, your is the ultimate about Param Dhama. You are the Krishna. This Arjuna is saying purest, Param Pavitra. Krishna is saying. And as soon as this Krishna Arjuna is telling, you might be thinking, people might be thinking, okay, now Arjuna is trying to flatter actually Krishna. Arjuna now he's saying, okay, you are supreme. This is not flattery. You might be thinking, okay, since Arjuna is the friend, so that's why he's saying no. He's not flattering, but other sages also have saying. Say when he is saying, okay, he's saying about the glories of Krishna. Then he said, you are the purest of the purest. He's saying Param Pavitra. He's saying absolute truth. You are the Param Satya. You are the eternal. You are the Shashwat. Nobody, you are the first person from everything is coming, and you are transcendental, you are Divya. And then he's saying you are the original person, you are the original personality of Supreme. He's saying the mool, so from where everything is coming. And then Krishna is he's telling you, Krishna, you are Ajanma, unborn. And he's saying, Krishna is you are the greatest of the greatest. He says Mahanta. I'm saying not me, I'm saying, but if you see all the other sages such as Narad, Asita and Devala and Vyasdev also have confirmed this truth about you. And now you yourself is declaring this truth of Supreme Personality of Godhead to me, Krishna is saying there. So we should understand Narad Bhagwan, Lord Narad is comes from this Bhakti school. He preaches on the Bhakti school. He teaches all the souls to come back to Lord. That's why we say Narad Muni keeps on traveling and he preaches. And this the other school of thoughts is known as Asita Devala. They are known as a Karma school, and Vyasdev is known as a Jnana school. So we see all of them have confirmed. So there are different schools of thoughts are there, which are the Bhakti, Karma, and Jnana also. So all of them have confirmed that you are the supreme personality of Godhead. You are the his Krishna. Arjuna is glorifying here Krishna. We'll see what further uh, Krishna is saying. Okay. Uh, who wants to read it? Who haven't read till now? Gayatri Mataji or Raja Gopalan Prabhu, you have raised your hand. Please go ahead, Prabhu. Prabhu, you can unmute yourself.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Anta Antate Kadayishami Divyahi Atma Vipudaya Pradyaneta Kurut Sreshta Nasti Anto Vistrasyame. The Supreme Personality of God had said, yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent. O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu, for reading it out. So here you see, so there is a gap between this sloka. So between this sloka, Arjuna asked Krishna, Krishna, can you show me your all your opulences? And Krishna in this sloka is to say, Krishna said, I will tell you some of your opulences, of mine opulences I'll be telling. So after when Arjuna explains about Krishna and he asks to show me your opulences, so Krishna is saying, I'll tell some of my opulences, I'll show you some of them. That doesn't mean he's telling all his opulences, because Krishna is saying, I'll be telling you my prominent opulences. Let me tell you, we are not putting all, we have only mentioned some few on this, Krishna is telling here to Arjuna. So it's a saying when Anant says he's always covering Lord Vishnu there. So he's a saying Anant says who have a thousands of hoods, thousands of mouths is there. When he glorifies, when he speaks about Lord Krishna, every second whatever he speaks, he never repeats. So that many opulences he have. So we have tried to put it in a tabular form in the next slides, which is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. We'll see. And we'll see. So Krishna is saying, I'll be telling my splendorous manifestation of only which are prominent. So we see Lord Krishna is describing his vibhutis, his limitness, this opulences is there. We'll see what Krishna is saying. Okay. Maybe who wants to read from here? There are no shlokas. Shlokas are there, but we have kept in a tabular format. That's what you'll be able to understand. Okay, how we can read is there. Out of all demigods, he is Indra. Out of all Adityas is Vishnu. Out of all Rudras is Shiva. So who wants to read it? Anyone can read it. There is no shlokas is there. We'll give a chances who haven't read till now. Okay, we see Neha Mataji. I have unmuted. Yes, Neha Mataji, please go ahead. Bindu Lekha Mataji, you can read the next shloka as will be coming.
Of all demigods, Indra, Adityas Vishnu, Rudras Shiva, generals Kartikeya, Vasus Agni, Daityas Prahalad, dispensaries of law, Yama, creators Brahma, cause of procreation Kandharpa.
Yes, thank you, Mataji,
Hare
for
Krishna.
reading. Hare Krishna. So Krishna is saying, "This is what I am of. I am of all the demigods. I am the Lord Indra." So we say, among the demigods, we say, okay, Lord Indra is the king of heaven. So we say, so Krishna is saying, I from me everything is. So demigods Indra among the devtas. We say, so how to actually understand is Krishna is saying about his opulence is what he's saying he's the best, and Krishna is the whatever in man, if you see whatever the best thing in ourself it is there. So Krishna is saying is the ability in the man is there, the ability is me. He's complete whole. There are some opulences of him, of them we don't have the qualities. Actually whatever good qualities we have, it's because of Lord Krishna is there. So one among many to one above the many, it's known as. So in the 7th chapter also we have seen Krishna is the taste of water, strength of the strong. So whatever strength we have, then balam balam tam. So he's saying whatever strength we are having, it's coming because of Krishna. And whatever intelligence of the intelligent. So it's saying whatever the IQ we are having is because of Krishna. So the Supreme Personality of God is saying, so these are the splendorous manifestation of this, but which are prominent is there, is there, but my opulences are limited. Is saying. So in Indra is there, as Mataji said, Adityas, Vishnus are there, Rudras, Shivas are there, generals Kartikeya is there, and Vasus. So if you read this Bhagavad Gita, it's mentioned there the complete way. So I'm just trying to summarize in a quickly way. So it's in that yes, Prahlad Maharaj is there, the dispenser of the law. So we say in this material world, whatever people do a bad activities, there is a law of particular country is there. Law of India, law of US is there particular. So law of nature is also there, whatever good or whatever bad you do. So the dispenser of Lord is there, Yamduta will be there, Yamraj is there, and the creator of this is there, Brahmaji is there. He's saying I am the creator, the Brahma is me only, and the cause of procreation is Kandarpa, Kanbatra Muni is there, he's coming there. We'll see the next log. Okay, who wanted to read? Bindu Lekha Mataji wanted to read. Please go ahead, Mataji. Is it? Yes, thank you, Mataji, for reading it out. So yeah, Krishna is saying very example how you can remember Krishna. It's Krishna is saying whatever beautiful nature we are seeing, we can remember Krishna in a sense. So whenever you see a sun glazing is there, so beautiful is there. Even in the night, full Amavasya or Chandra will be the full this Chandra Chand will be there. So he's saying whenever you see a sun or a moon, we can remember Krishna. So in the morning, you can by seeing a sun, you can remember Krishna. In the night, by seeing the moon, you can remember Krishna. By seeing Garuda, or if you're saying is a mountain, Mount Meru is there. In the Bhagavatam, it's mentioned the Mount Meru is the highest mountain is there. The immovables, these Himalayas are the immovables. The water bodies, whatever you see around you there, whatever beautiful trees are there, or whatever what we say flowers are there, fruits are there, we can see how beautifully Krishna have created everything. Among the rivers, Ganga is there, month Magas is there, when the season spring is there. So Krishna is saying there are varieties of way to remember Krishna. So we can remember each and everything, we can look around and we can remember Krishna in that way. We'll move ahead. Okay, Ashwani Mataji, want to read it, the next shloka?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Uh,
Krishna.
of all sages, Vasya,
Vyasa.
great sages, Bringru,
Vrigu.
sages
Vrigu.
among demigods, Narada, priest Brishpati, perfected being Kapila, great thinkers Shukracharya. Nasa.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji, for reading it out.
Yes, sir.
So here it is saying the sages who comes down there and teaches us this Vedic literature or something is there. So they are the Mahatmas. They see everyone as a. So he's saying Krishna is saying among this all the sages, Vyasadev, who have wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam, and he wrote the other scriptures, all the Vedas also. He says so this knowledge is also there. Is the Vyasdev. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, we see one of the avatara of Lord Krishna is this Vyasdev also. So among the greatest sages is Bhruga Muni. And among the sage demigods, is the Narada also. Narad Bhagwan is also there. The priest, if you say, Brihaspati is there. And the perfect being is Kapila. And the great thinker Sukrachar is there. So you say, among all the sages, I am this great sages. There are other sages. We'll see the next sloka also. Okay, who wants to read this sloka? Okay, we'll give a chance who haven't read till now. Yeah, Ramesh Prabhu have raised his hand. Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Yeah, animals, horses, Uchraiswa, lordly elephants, Airavat, cows, Surabhi, serpents, Vasuki, many hooded Naga, Ananta, fishes, Shank, shark, beasts, lion, birds, Garuda.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu, for reading. So you're saying amongst the horses, Uchisvara is the very fine horses is there. It's saying that horse which runs very fast. I am that horse, the energy is saying. Among the elephant, we saw Airavat is there. So he's saying that the strength which is there, I am that one. Among the cows, we see the Surbhi cow is very famous for his milk. So he's saying, I am that Surbhi. Among the serpent, Vasuki, if you see during this Mahabharat times, this Vasuki we used to do the manthan of this Samudra Manthan, it was used. So many hooded nagas are there. Anantasesh is there. He's saying among the fishes as a shark is known as the tallest in that ocean is there. So he's saying the ship, the strength is there. Shark is there. Among the fish, beast, the lion is there. Says the strength is there. I am there. Among the birds, if you see the Garud is the king of all the birds. He's saying I am that strength. Whatever is there, I am that one. So Vasuki was used for churning for this Samudra Manthana. And yeah, we'll move ahead. Who wants to? Asha Mataji, is it possible to unmute yourself and read it?
Yeah, Hare Prabhu, Hare Krishna
Yes,
Prabhu,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, philosophical truth, senses, mind, living entities, heart, super soul, poetry, Gayatri, letters A, compound words, dual compound, science, spiritual science of self, logicans, conclusive truth, Samaveda hymns, Bharat Sama.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji, for reading.
Thank
So
you, Prabhuji.
we have discussed about five senses, and we say how above the five senses is the mind, because Krishna says if you are able to control your mind, mind is the biggest enemy, and if you are not sorry, if you are able to control the mind, mind is the greatest friend. If you are not able to control the mind, mind is the greatest enemy. And then he's saying how the senses are among the mind, the living entities. So Krishna is saying within this living entities, I as a super soul lives in every heart here. And in this poetry we say Gayatri mantra is there, and the letters A, from A every alphabet starts, or from in Hindi we say a ko kho ga, so is there. The compound ones, the dual words, this dual words means if we say this Ram Lakshman, we see
Prabhuji, can repeat what is a poetry? Can you
poetry.
repeat
This
what is a poetry?
Gayatri month is there when the Brahmana is there. Gayatri month they say so. Gayatri mantra is also in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is mentioned there. It comes from this one. Krishna says how a Brahmana should be performing all those activities. How he can do this Gayatri and all. How before doing a Gayatri. So so Gayatri is known as a poet. It's written in a way. Gayatri mantra is written that in a poetry way. So that's why it says in this kind of whatever poetry among the mantra is there. Gayatri is that is also me, and among the letters is A, and this compound words is known as a dual word. So that's why I'm saying this Ram Lakshman is the dual, both will be there. And this is, if you take an example, foot, if you take a foot and ball, so it will be coming as a football. So these are this dual words are there. The science is there. The science which we are learning in our schools, colleges, we are doing PhD, master education and all. it doesn't talks about this spiritual science of the self, but this Bhagavad Gita talks about the spiritual science of the self. So this is Krishna is saying the science which of the self is talks about, that science is only me only. And that logician is that we come to with a conclusive truth. Sometimes we do an experiment, okay, this is this, so whatever truth also you comes, it's already written in Bhagavatam, it's there. And among the Veda hymns, it's the Brit Sama is also there. We'll move ahead, we'll see next one. Okay, Ganga Mataji, you have raised your hand, Mataji.
Yes,
You
Hare
wanted
Krishna.
to read? Yeah, Mataji.
Vedic mantras, vibrations, transcendental Om, sacrifices, chanting of holy name, Vedas, Samaveda.
Yeah, thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Mataji. And here is saying, Yajnanam Japa Yagnosmin. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So we should understand sacrifices, it is actually Japa Yagna. So he's saying, on all the vibration, the Om is also coming, uttering, if somebody is uttering, it's coming from me. If you start in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna is detailed is coming. And whatever sacrifices you do, it's saying the best sacrifice in this Kali Yuga is the chanting of the holy. Among the Vedas, it's the four Vedas are there. It's just saying the best is Sama Veda. And among this, all this, whatever sacrifice, the most important sacrifice is known as Japa Yagna. So when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. When we chant the whole, no need to chant other things, all you will be able to get all the benefits, so you will be able to see. And maybe there will be a special session also be there on how, what is the importance of chanting is also there. So I'll request, whatever we are understanding, it's a theory class, and today we are able to complete it. Some time is also there, and today after this class we'll be chanting one round of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra together, and we'll be saying how our heart will be so peace. And this is a recap of 10th chapter, whatever we have like read till now. So is there how to understand Krishna? So that is the qualification to hear about Krishna. What was the qualification? Can somebody tell? Okay, so Krishna should be is Arjuna. He told he should be a friend. He should be non-envious. One more in this sloka is told he should be a friend. Then we heard about the definition of the Bhagwan also. How is this? The six opulences. This Chatuslaki summarizes of the entire Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna opulences and benefit of knowing them, how devotee worship Krishna, and 10 and 11 is Krishna reciprocation with the pure devotees, and how Krishna give us the required intelligence, and through that special mercy, we our ignorance which is there in our heart, it goes away. And then Arjuna declares in 10.2 and 10.3 how Arjuna accepts Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, and he says the other great sages also have confirmed the same. And then Krishna showed his opulences. You see, Lord, from 10.20 to 39, Lord Krishna mentions a few of his unlimited opulences, also seeing Krishna everywhere. So Krishna is opulence. So tomorrow, Krishna will be showing, not tomorrow, sorry. So there is a gap of Saturday and Sunday is there. So on Monday, we'll be continuing with this 18 days of class. Chapter 11th will be there. Krishna will be showing his universal form, or the Virat Rupa. And tomorrow we don't have any classes. Day after tomorrow, Sunday, is a special class. Maybe I'll just quickly walk through it. So if any devotees wants to purchase Bhagavad Gita, you can order it. So this was only limited for this 300 rupees. So because our some devotees have a sponsor, so that's why we have reduced it. So if somebody wants, or somebody wants to donate to their family members, they can take and all. So this weekends we are going to orphanage, hospitals, and poor people who are there, usually in the government schools, or we say slums will be there. So we are going there in the Bangalore, and we are trying to distribute this Bhagavad Gita free of cost. So with all the sponsorship who are the devotees are giving, so that's why we say. So if you want Gita kit, you can tell us, or you can, yeah. So this Sunday we'll be having this live coaching with Bhagavad Gita, 11th December. So everyone is invited. You can also invite your family and friends
Timings,
also.
Prabhuji.
Uh, yes, Mataji, just give me 1 minute only. I'll just announce it, and then we can, yeah, come to you. So, is there how to dream big? Is that today's topic? Is there like Sunday will be there? Yeah, Mataji, you were saying something. Please go ahead. Who was there?
Timings.
Uday Mataji, you were saying something.
Timings, Prabhuji, timings.
This Sunday one, it most probably it will be 6 p.m. Mataji, we'll be sending you by tomorrow what if the timing is changing, because we are combining the other batches also, and it will be there in different languages also. So we'll be sharing by tomorrow about this one, how to dream big. And yeah, so anyone who completes this course are regular in the class and regular in the quiz, 5 questions at the end of the session you complete, and you'll get a certification of completion from 18 days in 18 chapters in 18 days. So this is our address. If somebody is there in Bangalore, you are invited to please come. Especially you can come on the Sundays, because a lot of devotees comes Monday to Saturday or Monday to Friday. They work, and Sunday they try and get some association. Srimad Bhagavatam will be there. Post that Aarti will be there, and then followed by Prasadam will be there. It's a full plate Prasadam. However you want to eat, you can. It is all free of cost. And yeah, maybe if somebody have devotees have any questions, we can take it after this class. Maybe we'll start one round of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then maybe at the end of this class we will take I'll request thank you devotees for joining. Maybe please wait for some time, because we have seen how theory class we are doing, so practically is there, we'll see. Okay, I'll maybe share my screen again. Yeah, where is that? So I'll request all those devotees uh, who is having beads, they can take out your beads, and if possible, they can also turn on their cameras as well. And we will chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. You want a slow version, Mijur, or a faster one? Which one you want, devotees?
Faster one, Prabhuji.
Faster one. Okay. Okay, we'll start with Panchatattva mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashati Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Devotees, you are able to see hear the audio?
Hare 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 Ram
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Okay, okay.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashati Gaura Bhakta Vinda. So that's what chanting was there. So maybe now the stage is open for question and answer. If any devotees have any of their question, they can ask. So we see like chanting is a very small process. If you chant one round, it will take only hardly 5 to 10 minutes depending on your speed. So any devotees who wants to share, or if you have any question, now they can ask. Maybe I'll stop the recording.